Hi everyone, it's me, Beatty Kelly Sunflower. So I thought I'd hop on today and do an unboxing of a tarot deck that I received a few days ago. It's called the Pug Tarot. This pack of tarot cards, although based on the classic Rider-Waite tarot symbolism, has an important difference. It features pugs. Not only are the illustrations hilarious, but the user can actually do a proper reading with the Pug Tarot manual, which comes with the set. Let's open up the cards. Okay, so it comes in a lift-off box. Just a plain kind of box. You get like a guidebook. Let's see how many pages are in the guidebook. They're not actually numbered, so I don't know how many pages. So let's have a look at the back of the book. It says, Original Pug Tarot Small Manual. Pug Tarot was written and illustrated by Bianca Burrell. Original German edition was published in 2022 by Pug and Duck Publishing. This English edition is published in 2024 by Sophisticated Games Limited, and it gives you the website and the address, which is in Shelford, Cambridge. Okay, so it was originally printed in German. So before I go to the cards, let's have a look at the guidebook. So it gives you an introduction, and then it goes into each of the major cards, and then the minor cards have got different suits. And then there's two additional cards, which is the Pug Unicorn and the Pug Faith. So it looks like the sausages are pentacles, the bones are swords, the bowls are cups, and the sticks are wands. So let's have a look at the first couple of pages. Dear pug owner, pug expert and pug lover, this small manual introduces you and maybe your four-legged friend to all the Pug Tarot cards. So there's 80. These cards are based on the classic Rider-Waite tarot deck. A special feature of this game, aside from the pug illustration, is the addition of two cards, which are called Faith and Unicorn. We also developed special illustrations which can be used for interpretation. For example, you can use the big bowl, the paw, or even more detail the decisions of the unicorn to question the Pug Tarot cards. The cards can be used to interpret many areas of life, such as love and relationship, work and health. The decision of the unicorn can best be used to focus on thoughts and questions that might weigh on our minds. You can also discover the Pug Tarot to be very playful. It's only a game. The Pug Tarot deck, of course, differs in the symbolism from the Rider-Waite classic tarot deck because the pug appears in every illustration in the major and minor arcana. The well-known Rider-Waite symbols are changed to dog-friendly. The mandatory pentacles, and then queens in brackets, are represented in the deck as sausages. Why? Because the pentacle is only valuable to humans. For a dog or even a pug, it is worthless. A sausage, however, carries great value for our classic tarot pug. The swords have been converted to bones in the Pug Tarot. This is due to the fact that a pug can play, nibble or fight with a bone, not with a sword. Here, cups turn slowly into bowls. The meaning is at least as significant as the one for the sausage. Of course, it's of great importance. If these bowls are filled with food or treats, or if they empty or even knocked over. The wands turn into sticks. This is rather self-explanatory, due to the tarot wand being way too long for the pug, but with a little stick he has a lot more options. The tarot pug can play with its show off, threaten, fight, or even nibble on it. Actually, I've just noticed that there are kind of page numberings down the bottom. I didn't see that. Can you see there's a little paw here? I mean, there's a page number. So this book is actually 95 pages long. It gives you a little bit more about the major and minor arcana. I mean, it's got here sausages, element earth, matter, practice, discipline, bones, the element air, intellect, spirit, mind, bowls, the element of water, sense, intuition and sensitivity, and sticks, the element of fire, power, strength and inspiration. When it talks about the pages, pug pages represent children or young people. They can also represent the querent or someone they know who is older but has something happening in their life which makes them feel young again. The pug page brings a childlike joy into your life. Often it indicates a transformation to an area of your life. These four-legged pugs are traditionally associated with good news. Then the knights, or pug knights, represent people in general, situations, atmosphere, advice or messages. They will also be influenced by the element on energy of fire, taking action, movement, mobility, courage, strength, vision, passion and daring risk is the realm of all pug knights dwelling. As already mentioned, an interpretation can describe people with these characteristics, but often moods and tempers are being referred to. The pug knight's amazing power is to deliver the news without actually being the news. The pug queen represents femininity, emotion, feeling and intuition. Pug queens are extremely dynamic in their own ways. They are multifaceted, multi-talented and different. This means that pug queens of bones is much heavier and bolder than pug queens of bowls. So it's a bit of a tongue twist. Bones and bowls, who due to the element of water set more reserved or acts more reserved, emotional and intuitive. During an interpretation, the pug queens may symbolize ourselves or persons that play a role in our lives and surround us with these features. Strength, power and authority are the characteristics of the pug kings. Just like the pug queens, the interpretation of the pug king cards depend on the particular element that joins the pug king for his attribute. Therefore, the pug king of bones will be dominant and self-conscious, while the pug king of bowls is more sympathetic and vulnerable and sensitive. During an introspection, the pug kings may also symbolize persons that surround us with these features and sometimes even us. Then it talks about looking at the cards and the environment. So for each card, you get a picture, the upright and reverse meaning, and a verb. In addition, you get just as much write-up for both the minor and the major arcanas. So there's few foot spreads. So there's a pug bowl. This spread is helpful when you are looking into a current trend, and that's a 10-card spread. It tells you each placement. The decision of unicorn. This spread is a great one for love matters and relationships, focusing mainly on the dynamics between the desired lovers, and that's a 7-card spread. The paw, which is a 10-card spread again, shows the possible way, and it gets all the placements. And look at that little paw. I like how it's got a watch on there. And then the little bone is a 4-card spread. It provides you with a straightforward, to the point answer to your questions. So it's like a blunt kind of spread. So that's it. Okay, so let's have a look at the cards. So let me do a comparison in terms of size to the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. This is the Arcana-Waite, and if I compare them, they're exactly the same size. The backs are reversible, and they're quite interesting because in each corner you've got like a dog paw. You've got bones in it as well, and a star, and you can turn it around either way. And it's nice beige colour. I must admit, I'm more into cats, but I've always said that if I was to ever get a dog, it would be a pug or a poodle. So this is my first ever dog deck, and if I see a poodle deck, I'm also going to purchase that deck. Okay, are they... They're not in order. I'm just going to quickly put them in order. Okay, so I've put them in order because they were a bit out of order, and I put them in my type of order. So let's have a look at the cards. So they are kind of very Rider-Waite-Smith-ish, and you can see there Pixie's autograph, which also is quite fun. So you've got a pug dog. He's also dressed like a joker, you know, in the playing cards. He's got the flower in his mouth. He's over a cliff. I don't see any guide. Or is that a butterfly on his back? I'm not sure. But, you know, you can see the nods of Rider-Waite-Smith in this card. So you've got the Magician. He's got the Affinity on his head, and he's in a garden, and he's got all his tools on his table, which are the suits of the minor Arcana. He's even got a bone on top of his wand there. So you've got the High Priestess, you've got the black and white pillars, the moon or half moon, her scroll. Doesn't seem to be any pomegranates. So the Empress in her garden. She's got the feminine symbol around her collar. The Emperor with his crown, king of his castle. He's got an anchor around him. Very kind of stern looking. We've got the Hierophant with his pupils and the bone there. Even like the pillars have got like pugs in there. The Lovers. So the Angel is a pug dog, and you've got two dogs. So look, one's peeing on the tree. So you've got the Chariot, and you've got like a black and beige pug dog there. Strength. It's an interesting depiction. The pug's going away to contemplate. This looks like ice and stuff. The Wheel of Fortune. Justice. So you've got the scowls. The Hanged Pug. He's got a halo around his neck there. You've got Death. I love the Temperance. Kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Finding balance in the Angel. You know, very Rider-Waite-Smith-ish. The Devil card. There's the chains there. Like a devil looking pug. The Tower. It's got lightning there and pugs falling out the tower. The Star. Again, he's peeing on the grass there. The Moon. Even the Moon has got a pug face in there. There's a frog there as well. Beautiful Sun card. Pug face in the sun. It's a pug dog with sunflower kind of vow around the head. Nice lovely sunflowers here. This is Judgment. And the World. And these are the extra cards. You've got Faith. And you've got the Unicorn. So moving on to the suits. So the suit of sticks would be traditionally the suit of wands. Same sort of depiction, but this time it's a dog paw. It's the 2 sticks. Of sticks. I love this pixie calligraphy here. 4 of sticks. They're sitting at home there. That's the 5. That looks more like teamwork to me than conflict. It's a victory card. This pug is standing their ground. This is the 8th communication card. Oops. The 9 of sticks. This dog looks like he's exhausted and tired and injured. And this is the 10. Which is going to be a burden really for this pug to pick up all these sticks, isn't it really? Because he's not going to be able to put them all in his mouth to carry them away. So you've got the Page. The Knight, and I love how it's got red and like a flame to represent fire. Oh, look at this beautiful Queen of Pug, sunflower, but no cat, I guess, because it's a dog, and the King of Sticks. So moving on to the suit of bowls, and it's cups in this additional Rider-Waite-Smith system. So you've got the Ace of Bowls. Look at the dating card. Look at these lovely 2 of bowls. There's 2 pugs kind of dating, and even the angel's got a pug face. This is the 3 of bowls. I love this depiction because the pug is so busy peeing behind the tree, he's not noticing the bowl that's being handed to him. This is the 5 of bowls. And, you know, you can see 3 of them are turned over. All the food's everywhere. But there's 2 behind that he's not noticing. Six bowls. Look at the choices in the 7 of bowls. Not all choices are good though. This 8 of bowls, this pug's had enough and he's walking away. These bowls no longer serve him, they're empty and he's just walking off. And this pug here in the 9 of bowls looks very comfortable, relaxed, chilled. And then you've got the 10 of bowls where there's 2 pugs and looks like their offspring. Got the rainbow of all bowls in there. So you've got the Page, and there's like kind of like blue to represent, I guess, water, fish out of water. It's in the bowl. This is the Knight of bowl. The Queen of bowls. I like the seashells around her scarf. And the King of bowls. He's got like a fish on his chain. So next is the suit of bones, which would be the swords in this additional tarot deck. So you've got the Ace of bones. I love this one where he's blindfolded and he's trying to make a decision there, the pug. The 3 of bones. You know, he's drenched in wet in the rain, he's wet, it's cloudy, he's heartbroken, and the bones are kind of like heart-shaped, the top parts of them. Four of bones, this pug's having a nice little rest, and even in the picture, there's a picture of two pugs. It's interesting. This is the 5 of bones. Six of bones, so these two pugs are moving to safer waters. 7 of bones. This pug is rather greedy. It's taken all the bones from this circus tent. 8 of bones. This pug isn't really trapped because, you know, the blindfold's not covering his eyes and there's loads of gaps to go past the bones that are kind of obstructing. I love this. So it's got like a dog bed, and you know, the nightmare cards. This dog's quite anxious, isn't he? And 10 of bones. So you've got the page, the knight, and it looks like this dog is really running fast. You kind of see the speed of it. The queen. So it looks like there's dark orange colouring, and the king. So moving on to the final suit, which is the suit of sausages, which represents pentacles or coins in the traditional deck. You've got the ace. You've got the 2 where he's juggling 2 sausages. You've got the 3. These are like apprentices. This pug is holding on to his sausages rather tightly, protecting them. Oh, look at this 5 of sausages. So it's got sausages on the stained glass window. This pug looks like it's injured. It's got like a dog collar and it's got like bandages on its legs. It's interesting. Seven of sausages. Well, that's the 6 of sausages, sorry, not the 7, that's the 6. Seven. The 8 of sausages. The 9 of sausages. So you can see the bird and her garden and sausages there. She looks like she's well to do. She's got loads of sausages in her garden there. And you've got the 10 of sausages where there's different generation of dog family, or pug families I should say. It's interesting. Then you've got the page. It's like a puppy. The knight. I like the helmet on this one. The queen. And the king. Wow, what a lovely deck. It's very Rider-Waite-Smith. The cardstock is very similar to the US Games kind of cardstock, and the shuffle is just smooth, you know, and I guess these can also be bridged or riffle shuffled. So I haven't got anything to pair this deck with because, as I said before, this is my first dog deck and I don't really want to pair it with a cat deck. So I think I'm going to use this deck on its own. I like it. You know, I like the fact that they've put Pixie's calligraphy on there, like signature. I find that very interesting. It's just a very Rider-Waite-Smith kind of deck with pugs on. So it'd be good for dog lovers or for people that don't like the traditional illustrations in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck. It'd be very good for a beginner as well because most of the symbols are there. And just looking forward to using it. The book is also informative. 95 pages, did I say? Or was it 96? Let me just check again. 93 pages. It's beginner friendly. I like the spreads in there. Look forward to doing the spreads. So I'm excited about this deck. I'm happy to add it to my collection. And it's probably going to be like an all-rounder sort of deck. So I use it all seasons because it's just like a regular RWS deck. So I will leave links in the description bar for anyone that's interested. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.